Now, an Emeritus Newsbrief, I'm Lynn Houston. President Obama wants Americans to remember what they have coming to them this tax deadline. The president appeared with Americans he talked taxes with to plan for reform later this year. But for now, he says working families and small business need a break, and they're getting it.
We are helping small businesses keep their doors open so they can weather this economic storm and create good jobs. Instead of the normal 2 years, small businesses are now allowed to offset their losses during this downturn against the income they've earned over the last 5 years. And this could provide a record number of refunds for small businesses, which will provide them with the lifeline they need to maintain inventory and pay their workers.
Other tax breaks for the 2008 tax year. The Making Work Pay tax credit provides a refundable tax credit up to $400 for working individuals, $800 for working households. The expansion of the first-time homebuyer tax credit allows qualifying taxpayers who buy a home this year before December 1st, 2009 to claim a tax credit of up to $8,000 on either their 2008 or 2009 tax returns, increasing the tax credits for low-income families with 3 or more children by 45%. The American Opportunity Tax Credit providing financial assistance up to $2,500 to offset the cost of tuition and other expenses for college. The new credit is available up to 4 years. Tax deductions for state and local sales taxes and excise taxes paid on the purchase of a new car, a light truck, recreational vehicles, or motorcycles through this year. Paul Volcker, former Federal Reserve Chairman and an Obama confidant, will be working on that reform plan to present to Congress later this year. Speaking of the Federal Reserve, the Fed released their Beige Book overview of the economy. The Fed says the latest survey of the 12 districts shows overall economic activity contracted further and remained weak. But 5 of the districts appear to be nearing bottom, perhaps poised for recovery. Home prices and construction were still falling. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Janet Napolitano trying to quell some of the storm of protest from conservatives after sending out an advisory about right-wing extremist groups. The department also issued an advisory about left-wing extremist groups shortly after Obama took office, which was partially prepared while former President Bush was still in office. Data processor First Data is reportedly being checked by the Justice Department for companies that may have been processing customer purchases in foreign countries to avoid taxes. More on that story on the Emeritus News business page. And the Labor Department and the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission go after 4 employers they claim broke the law. In one case, the Labor Department's Occupational Safety and Health Administration ordered Southern Air, an air cargo service, to pay workers $7.9 million for violating their rights under the whistleblower laws. The workers accused Southern Air of unsafe operations, but Southern sued that group claiming defamation since the FAA found no violations. Southern Air says it will appeal the OSHA decision. The latest on the biggest issues and public policy only at emeritusnews.com. That's an Emeritus News Brief. I'm Lynn Houston.